The following audio is via a Skype call.
You are listening to Animal Soul Wisdom Radio, tapping into wisdom of our animals, angels, and masters with Darcy Pariso. Tune in monthly to learn how you can better understand your animals and deepen your relationship. This hit show calls attention to the many roles animals play in our lives. Through stories and insights, Darcy shares how animals assist us in raising our consciousness and fulfilling our soul's purpose. These busy healers help us with transitions and challenges, love us, and want us to have more joy in our lives. Are you ready to see yourself through your animal's eyes? Learn how they're helping you and walk through life with more ease and grace? Working with ancient healing practices, Darcy can guide you and provide inspiration to move forward. To learn more, go to darcypariso.com.
Wow, everybody. Darcy's here, but I got to tell you, I just had a moment, and I'm going to introduce Darcy for those of you that don't know who Darcy is. I've been working with Darcy here for several months and love Darcy, would listen to her all the time when she was on other radio shows. But I've had the honor and the privilege of working with her. And part of working with her is helping create sort of an image through her website that represents the vast amount of knowledge and how brilliant she is in working with others, whether it's your animal friends that need help or you need help, whether it's about understanding and communicating better or whether it's about healing. And I had a moment today, this morning, getting ready for the show, where for whatever reason, I went to her website because I always like to look, and I just looked at the site, and I looked at Darcy and the energy of her and who she is, and it literally brought tears to my eyes. And that's what's so special about what I do with all of you out there and what Darcy does, to say that we really are all energy. And today's show, you're going to hear about that energy and what Darcy brings forward and what it is that we all need more of in this world to be whole, perfect, and complete. Today's show is healing animals from the inside out, and we're animals too. Darcy, great to have you.
Good morning, Dr. Pat. Good morning, Benny, and all the listeners. Thank you for that wonderful intro.
I went to the website, and I hadn't been to your site in about a week or two. And I always go to the back end because I'm always looking at mechanics of it to make sure things are working right. But this morning I brought it up, and I thought, what an honor it is for me to be working so closely with you on something so personal, so private, and so representative of what you do. And you and we spent months, crafting and building the energy for the site. And I think I emailed you this morning and I said something like, hey, I got a couple of ideas. I want to swap some things out. I have a new cool way to do video, interactive with your social media. And here we are today. But none of this happens for you, for me, our listeners, or our animal friends without addressing our wounds, right?
Oh, absolutely. And boy, this certainly seems like the year to do it.
Oh, boy.
One of the times, isn't it?
I hear, maybe you can comment on this. I know I'm going a little bit off course here, but I hear the reason we have to do it this year. Somebody talked about all the planets, all the alignment, that some of these retrograde planets, and Pluto, I think, was one of them, they're not retrograde. So as we move into next year, we're going to have the normal energies, but not the normal blocks. I don't know. What do you think? Is now the time to clean up or shut up?
Clean up.
Yeah,
I didn't know when I started this year that I was going to be in this transformation like so many other people, and it's been a big deal. And it really is about healing yourself so that you can help to be a better healer for others and help them to heal themselves. And especially animals are so receptive and they're so appreciative of anything we do.
Mm. And part of this is, and we're going to be taking live callers today with questions, comments, do some readings, have some fun. But the animals, really, our animal friends, are so about not just the energy that's within themselves, but they are like sponges for us, and they are sponges for how we react to the outside world. So tell us about the healing process that you've discovered that you pass on to people.
Well, I do work with Reiki a lot because, many years ago, it came to me, and it's really funny because I think I mentioned this before. I was listening to KKNW, heard about Reiki, and I said, in my accounting brain, said, "Oh, I wouldn't do that." And then Keisha Ewers of the Fern Life Center said, well, the thing about Reiki is you're just in sync with this energy and everything in your life is better. You're in this flow. And I felt like it touched my heart. And from then on, really life became magical. When you can be into some kind of energy that helps you open your intuition and helps you look at, your own blocks, your own stuff, and then be able to see those in others and help them, it just changes everything. And life becomes kind of magical. It really does. So any energy tools that you have, and most of them are so simple, and we can study and practice all kinds of modalities, and that's really great, and it's really helpful. And you should do whatever you're drawn to, but a lot of them really are simple. It's about asking for help and finding out, who you're working with, your guides. Do you have, masters, angels that you're working with, loved ones on the other side? It's all available to us.
Well, one of the things that I love learning about myself is growing up, I never understood why I was an emotional wreck. And, what I mean by that is that it seemed like there were things that I would absorb. I mean, fast forward to where I am today, and it actually is what makes me, first of all, love what I do, but be pretty good at it. Our animals, though, and I would love for you to talk to this, is if we unload, maybe not at them, but unload in our homes, to our spouse, to whatever, to the news, they too absorb, don't they? And yet they don't come directly out and say, Darcy, stop that. So how do you look at this and get to the core of what's happening? You don't just look at the animals, right?
Well, often what happens, unfortunately, is we have, maybe a cat or dog or bird or the animals that live with us, a horse, has an issue. It might be a behavioral issue. It might be emotional, physical, and things come up, and then you find out. And sometimes you don't find out for many, many years. I found out that both my dogs had thyroid issues. And looking back, I went, wow, I had that problem many, many years ago, addressed it, but they didn't. And so they, out of love and help, they took that from me. And I felt horrible. But at the same time, I learned a lot, and I learned how to work with them and communicate and how to keep myself clear. And I can tell when my dog is dragging or there's something going on. I mean, just recently, she wasn't feeling so well, and I knew it had something to do with her liver. And I asked, and I heard, yes, it was a liver, but there was something else connected to it. And then secondly, she was talking about, the energies that were around her, and to be better about clearing things, and that she was absorbing that. So I had to get to work and start paying more attention, because as I was going through all my things, I was helping her, but not as much as I should have.
Wow.
So we have to be aware. They are sponges, and you can see, they're not walking as well. They have a spring in their step, and then they're dragging. They let you know in all the ways that they can.
Yeah. I want to ask you this question. From time to time, I coached athletes in various sports and young children, right, in sports. And I literally put that relationship right next to what you just said, right? Most of the time, it wasn't the child that didn't want to do better or didn't want to learn. I ended up having to coach the parents about their behavior. And I could imagine that for most of us, being aware of how we walk through this earth is beautiful. But you have such an amazing style, compassion. You know, you're phenomenal animal communicator, psychic, healer. What do you do with all of that comes at you?
Well, I find that if I don't stay with practices regularly, I can get thrown off. And if I'm too open, I can pick things up. And I might wonder like why I'm not sleeping so well or what happened here or there. And then I can realize I picked something up. But it's really being aware. And if you keep yourself too busy or overschedule yourself, you can be pretty open for those kinds of things. So I was told, I think a year or two ago, that I really have to pay attention to, what's happening with the planets and the retrogrades and all those things, because I'm impacted more so than I thought. We think that we are dealing with things, and maybe we are, but not sort of the best of our ability. So it is awareness. It's meditation. It's grounding. If you're feeling off, going within and asking, maybe journaling, calling on your guides. If you aren't sure who they are, you can grab a notebook and set the intention that, I'd like to know, I need some help in these areas, jot it down. And then after you meditate, grab that notebook and just whatever you get, see what comes up. There's lots of ways that you can do this. And if you need help, go to somebody that works with energy that can help to clear you and teach you some techniques, take the class, learn Reiki. There's lots of help available. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we're going to do, we're going to not only talk about that help, but we're going to talk about animal Reiki. How is it different? Once you realize you're stepping into the energy zone and you walk into that, or you live into that, or you breathe into that, what can healing do to help our animal friends who are experiencing pain, who are experiencing trauma, emotional issues? When we come back, we're going to talk about, Darcy's going to talk about how animal Reiki is different, right? And what are the differences, by the way, between dogs, cats, horses, and how often do we think one size fits all? By the way, we're going to be taking your calls. Are you ready to do some readings? Are you ready to find out what Darcy's up to? We're going to come back and tell you all about that. But 1-800-930-2819. Come on, let's get you in the queue. Let's get you some answers. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
A space of allowing radio with Coach Nancy Coco, welcoming all that wants to be present today. Tune in Thursdays every first and third week at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com as Coach Nancy helps you find a space of allowing. Join Coach Nancy to explore what lives at your edges and to bring more of yourself home. For more information, visit nancycococoaching.com.
Healing has a ripple effect. One person's healing affects everyone around them. This is where the power of sharing our stories can be so important. Tune in to Playing on the Edge Radio with Megan Edge each month on Transformation Talk Radio, as Megan provides you with ways of sustaining radical and powerful changes in your life. Enact the power of radical change. To find out more about Megan Edge, visit her website at meganedge.ca.
Love Living Radio Ignite Your Whole Being with Emily Perkins is a show for those looking to explore the sparkling magnificence of their inner selves. Tune in every second and fourth Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific as Emily sheds a radiant light of love on the beauty and power that resides within you. Discussing love in all its forms through conversations that provoke awareness, curiosity, and expansion, Emily shares the unlimited power of love. For more information or to listen to this show, visit lovelivingholistics.com.
Conscious Confidence Radio, a timeless wisdom with Sarah Main. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio and join Sarah on an adventurous journey to the deeper level of meaning to move beyond today's world of constant change, confusion, and uncertainty beyond the shadow of fear. This hit show explores key concepts such as confidence, values, and attitude in a dynamic way. To learn more about Sarah and her work, visit sarahmain.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
The Empty Toolbox. Fire it up, fill it up, and flow it up with Meg Thompson. Tune in the first Wednesday every month, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in to engage in the 3 essential F's of an overflowing toolbox. If you are looking for strategies that work and how to implement them, the Empty Toolbox is for you. For more information or to listen to this show, visit megthompson.com.
Oh, I got the groove of that little tune, Benny. Thank you.
Welcome.
Darcy Pariso is in the house, everybody. Look, if you want to find out more about Darcy, please go to her website, darcypariso.com. D-A-R-C-Y, Pariso, P-A-R-I-S-O, S as in Sam, O.com. And there you're going to find out ways you can work with her directly. But before we move on here, you've got some events, Darcy. Can you talk a little bit about those? Tell people what you're up to.
Oh, yes, certainly I will. I've got two events coming up in October. The first one is Animal Reiki. I'll be teaching how to do this. And it's different than for people. So there's just a lot of really cool things. And that's October 7th and 14th. And it's at the Daylight Healing Center in Edmonds. It's 2 Sundays. And they can check out my website for more information about that. And then at the end of October, I'll be going up to Centaur Development Ranch in Snohomish, Washington, and working with Stacy Lewis, who's a life coach. And we'll be teaching how to communicate with animals on different levels. It'll be, telepathic. It'll be through energy. It'll be in all the different ways that it comes up. And we'll be working with her dogs and her horses. And what's great about that is that the horses give you really great feedback. And so you can connect the telepathic with the energetic, and it's really cool. And then you'll also learn to communicate with your own animals. So that's October 28th, a Sunday also. So check out the website, darcypariso.com, and call me if you have any questions. The number will be listed.
I love it. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you. Now, before we jump to the phones here, I just want to recap. We're talking about Animal Reiki, and we're also talking about healing in general, right? Energy medicine, energy healing. Just mention a minute on how Reiki is different for whether it's animals or people or even between the species, and then we'll go right to the phones. Okay, well, for us humans, we tend to think of Reiki as it's an energy transmission, and somebody will ask you for it. They'll go to a practitioner, and they're considered the healer after they're attuned to Reiki energy. And, we like to lay on the massage table, listen to some music, and relax and, absorb those benefits. And we might be addressing a physical issue, a sprain, a strain, recovery from an illness. But it's used more as complementary to maybe medical care, for stress, relaxation, for helping to balance energy, helping to clear energy. You can do all kinds of things with Reiki. So we tend to look at it that way, but for animals, it's very different because they are, like in teaching animal Reiki, we look at animals as our teachers and they're healers who join in the session. So it's a partnership. So we don't do Reiki on animals or send Reiki to animals. We ask them to join us. And so the practice that I'm bringing forward, which I just really, really love because it really touches my heart, is that we are inviting them to join us and asking them what they need. And it starts with meditation and cooperation. And it's just we meet them in the space, and then we give them opportunities to choose. Do you want to work with us? It's very spiritual. I feel that it goes much deeper than feeling like I'm doing the healing and presenting it that way. And they may decide if they want hand positions and laying hands on their body.
And if so, they'll show us. They'll walk over and they might give us their head or give us their butt over here. If not, they will tell us to stay away, but they'll absorb what they want and then they're done. So it's very different. Every situation, an animal that maybe has been abused or traumatized might be an entirely different situation than an animal that just really loves it and is used to it. So each species is different. It's just like it's just like us.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. And, one of the things I said before, and people are going to get to see you in action here in a minute, is that it's not a one-size-fits-all. And I know that about you because I know what your work is like. And so you really do take the time, the care to really lean into what is most important. Let's go ahead and go to the phone so folks can see you in action, Darcy. What do you think?
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to kick it back to Mr. Ben.
Yeah, we'll take Megan calling in from Seattle. She has 2 new dogs in the family, Jake and Hope. So welcome to the show. Or did I get that right? It's Jack or Jake?
Jack. It's Jack, but
Jack.
that's okay.
All right, I'll fix it. Jack and Hope. Sorry about that.
Hi, Megan. How are you? I haven't talked to you in a long time.
I know, Darcy. It's nice to hear your voice again.
Yes, and yours
So
too.
These 2 new dogs, actually, they're not new. Jack's he's been with us for about a year, and Hope's been here for about 2 years, and they're both Houston rescues. And Jack was supposed to be a foster, but we kept him because he and Hope just got along so well. So I just want to check in and see if they like each other. Do they like it here? Do they think I'm fair?
And do they think you're fair?
Yeah, fair.
Fair.
Oh, okay. Okay, just wanted to make sure I heard that. They have this really beautiful energy, both of them. So I see Jack, first of all, and he feels like he's really excited to be with you and to be talking to you today. It feels like you went the yard for him. That's what he's saying. You went the yard for him, like SOS, come and get me. It's like he blasted out the energy and you got it. So thank you. He says not to worry about him, that you don't need to worry, that he's here to help you. And it feels like there's been a little bit of a learning curve. He's showing me.
Yep.
There's been a learning curve, but it feels like he is, from his perspective, he's coming out of the other side, and he asks if you will acknowledge that. Do you see that, Megan?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
I tried to do it just this morning. Okay, yes. Okay, I can do it.
Because he's a very proud dog, and he wants to be seen, because it feels like he has not been seen in a while, and it's a carryover from other lifetimes also besides this one. So this is a big deal for him to be talking on the radio today and to be seen, and you just even, asking these questions is huge. So how he feels, over the moon. He says he's over the moon.
So
Yeah.
I told him last night that he might be talking to you today. Did he understand that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, he's really tied to you. In fact, it almost feels like, what he's showing me? He's showing me that when you're sleeping, it's almost like he's making these little inroads to your brain, to your thoughts. Like, what is she doing now? What is she thinking? He's very attuned to you.
Okay.
And he's only been with you a year.
Mm. Yeah.
It feels like he's picking up from the past. I'm with you again. I'm just picking it up again.
You've talked to Milo before, and I feel like Jack and Milo have a little connection.
Oh, yeah. Because I was going to say he's definitely been, he's been with you before. He's been a dog with you before, and I didn't even get to that yet, but you're so intuitive. You picked that up. Yeah. It feels like old home week, like we're doing this again. Yeah, he's really happy, and he's really smart too. I mean, he said there was that learning curve, but that's like water under the bridge now. He feels like he's going to be taking leaps and bounds, and he can take big leaps, and that's what he's going to do with you. He's your helper.
Okay.
Also, you meditate and you go into energy. Meditate, you go into energy. He likes to go there with you. He loves energy.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
He really likes to be close, too. So I'm sure he does, because we do it at night, a lot of bedtime meditation. And I always tell them, okay, guys, we're going to meditate. So.
Wow.
Oh, that's that bedtime, like kind of going in, making those little holes going in. Yeah. Is there anything else, or would you like me to move on to Hope?
You can go to Hope.
All right.
Okay, so now how old is Hope? You said she's been with you for 2 years?
Yep. So she's like 2.5.
Oh, okay. She has a different energy, but yet there's a similarity in it too. It's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Is she actually younger than Jack?
Nope, she's older.
She's older?
So she's smaller.
Yeah. Okay.
She
shows
feels
me
younger, though. She feels like not her age. What does that mean? You know what is that called, Darcy? When somebody like has an age, but you never know how old they are because their energy is young.
Yeah, I was going to say she feels like she's a younger soul because I see her looking over to Jack almost for guidance. Even though he'll look to her for some things, he looks to her for like the physical, like what are you going to do and how does this work? And because he's come into the family after her, but yet at the same time, she turns and looks to him because he feels like he has more like grounding or stability, like he's more fully in his body, like he is more present. Not that she isn't, but she just doesn't have as much confidence as he does. And that's what she says, that she taps into his confidence and he taps into her sweetness.
Oh.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
Yeah, they're really great together. You found your family. You brought them back together.
Wow.
So
wow, that's a lot of
information. I call Hope my angel dog, and I call Jack my sprite dog.
Oh, that's perfect. And Megan, how's your cat doing with the dogs?
Well, I could ask you that too. She's, I would say, a year in now. She's acting like she did with the other two dogs, the first generation, and she is the crossover between the pet generations. She's the last of the first one. And just last night, I mean, they all want their spots. All four of us want our spots, and she will just let them sit on her, basically. So it's pretty cute.
Oh, sweet. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think this really helped, right? Because it's understanding this, right? Is there an action?
Yes.
I get a sense there might be a call to action here, Darcy.
I think the call to action is to, you're doing I feel like it's a ritual.
Yeah.
And it's twofold. One is honoring them, like to do a specific ritual to say we're back together, we're family. And you've done this, but it feels like it's another layer, another level. And it also has to do with the transformation that you've been going through and that they've been going through with you. I feel like almost lighting the candle and honoring them and saying what you love about them and why you're happy to be with them again. And of course, ending it with love and a treat.
Okay.
Yeah, but the call to action is the meditation that you're doing, but I feel like you're going to be adding something to that.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
do you work with energy?
I mean, I try. I like to say I'm beginning at it, but I'm probably intermediate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, anything that you do is helping them, and they love it. They love energy, and they love you.
Well, we do try to talk every day, like especially before bed. It takes about a half hour, 45 minutes to go to bed because I try to talk to each of them and try to be receptive to their messages. So we practice every day.
Yeah. If you'd like, I can post on my Animals and Angels Facebook page. I have a couple of really, really simple healing techniques that don't take very much time, and they're very powerful. And I'll post those. So after the show, give me, half an hour, and they'll be up.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Darcy.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, let's take a short break, everyone. When we come back, we're going to go right to the phones. We're going to talk again, make sure you know when Darcy's upcoming classes are. And, we're going to talk about this idea of energy healing as you watch Darcy in action. Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back.
Tune in to Synergenetic Living Radio, where Rick and Grace Paris discuss the synergenetic way of life, what it means to truly change your perspective in life, what it means to take control of your life and manifest your true desires. For more information on Rick and Grace Paris and Synergenetic Living, check out synergeneticliving.com. Get clear on the life you desire and the current life you are creating and what is between the two. Synergenetic Living, living life loud.
High frequency healing for an amazing life with Source Light Radio. Join host Laura Barton each month on Transformation Talk Radio as she explores Source Light integration, a unique spectrum of energy, light, and frequency. Experience instantaneous healing and amazing shifts in consciousness with Source Light Integrations Radio. For more information on Laura and her work, visit sourcelightintegrations.com.
Stay juicy. Tune in to Your Juicy Love with me, Una Drake, co-hosting monthly with Dr. Pat, and every second Monday at 12 p.m. on Transformation Talk Radio. My show, Your Juicy Love, helps you find the dynamic, life-affirming love you've always wanted. Transform your relationships and bring peace, joy, and juicy, juicy love to planet Earth. For more information, visit unadrake.com.
Demystifying the journey on From Here to There Radio with your host, Diane Garris. Tune in every third Wednesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com as Diane helps you get from where you are now to the life you envision. Get ready to get unstuck and move forward. Every show features a new special segment, New Age Notes, demystifying hot metaphysical topics of the day. For more information or to work with Diane, visit DianeGarris.com.
Do you know how powerful your thoughts and beliefs are in determining your experience of your life? Is it really true that simply by changing some of the words you use in your day-to-day language, that you can change your life? I'm Megan Edge. Join me on Playing on the Edge, Radical Change with Ease, with my co-host Dr. Pat on Transformation Talk Radio. I look forward to seeing you there.
To find out more about Megan Edge, visit her website at meganedge.ca.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Steffen each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthisfunny.com.
Practice living in wholeness and achieve fulfillment in your life with your body in full service to you. Sign up for the Body Tune-Up. 6 online classes designed for radical self-healing and self-regeneration. Go to CorneliaStephanie.com. Evolve. Become a practitioner now.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Darcy Pariso's in the house. Now, Darcy, before we go back to the phones, right, how can people find out more about your upcoming events? And please mention them again.
Oh, certainly. You can go to my website, darcypariso.com. It's D-A-R-C-Y. The last name is spelled like Paris with an O, P-A-R-I-S-O. And the events are October 7th and 14th. There's an animal Reiki class. It's 2 parts. And you'll learn how Reiki is different for animals. And it's a very spiritual deepening as you do the Reiki. And you're not doing Reiki to them, but you're asking them to be in partnership and letting them lead. And it's really awesome. And then on October 28th, which is another Sunday, it's a one-day class. It's up in Snohomish, Washington at Centaur Development Ranch with Stacy Lewis, who's just a really awesome life coach. And so we get to learn to communicate with animals and then practice with her horses, get instant feedback, practice with her dogs, and also work with your animals. So if you have any questions, just go to the website and contact me.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, the other thing about the classes that you teach is, while I know part of this is really helping people learn a skill, they get to learn about themselves.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime you do any kind of energy work, it starts with you. And start with Reiki, you're clearing out yourself. You're bringing up all those things that need to be cleared. And it doesn't have to be all at once or huge, but you will transform along with, the energy work you're doing for animals. You couldn't help but do it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Thank you, Darcy.
You're welcome.
Let's go to the phones, Benny. And I think what folks are going to get to hear about right now is not only from our fabulous callers, listeners, but we'll also talk about various situations where energy healing is warranted. And let's go to the phones here, Benny.
Sure, let's do it. We'll take Nakia calling in from, looks like Kenmore area. Nakia, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hi, Nakia.
Hello. Hi, Darcy. I lost my cat, Heidi, some time back. Anyway, things are just kind of up in the air for me right now, and I just wondered if you could do any kind of insight for me.
Okay, I'm not sure if I heard the whole question.
Yeah, I don't think I heard it either. Would you mind just repeating it a little bit for us?
Yeah, my life's kind of in a chaotic kind of situation, and I just wondered if you could do a short reading for me.
Oh. Okay, for you. Okay, I thought I was hearing about a cat. Okay, yeah, sure. Let me check in.
Yes, I did mention the cat because you helped me when Heidi passed away. You did some insight for her because she must have had a stroke or something, and she was walking for hours, laying on her side, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with her, and I called you for help, and she passed away some time ago, and I really thank you for walking me through that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think I do.
Today I'm just asking for some insight because I need to make some really big decisions, and I can't seem to get off my bump on a log situation.
Okay.
I understand, and
yeah,
I do remember. I remember about your cat, Heidi, and I'm very sorry about that. Okay, so let me just tune in. I see. I was going to say a guide, but then I saw Archangel Michael at your back, literally with his hands on your back, holding you up and helping you come in to feel balanced. And I would like after the call, if you can go outside and put your feet in the dirt, or just stand someplace where you feel real centered and balanced, and just feel his energy and feel it now. I'm sending you some energy now. See if you can feel this energy just coming to you. And he says, it's okay. He wants you just to take a breath and just relax and send any fears and doubts, any worries and what to, have tos, how, when, timing, send that all down to the ground, just all down your body, from the top of your head, down through your feet, deeper and deeper to the crystalline grid, the core of the earth. And as it goes down, just feel everything washing away and just your load being lightened. You don't have to do this all in one day. It doesn't have to happen in this moment. And everything's okay because you have so much support around you. In front of you is Kuan Yin, and she's walking ahead. It's almost like she's leaning forward, showing you the path. And she's bent forward. This way, I'm showing you. I've got this. I've got you. And they say that there is a huge transformation, a monumental time of change, but it's not going to happen in a day. It's not going to happen at once. It starts with one step, and it starts with trusting. And Dr. Pat just mentioned this before the call. She's very psychic. But it really is about trusting and asking for help. When I'm in your situation, and this is what they're showing me because I have this happen the same, and this happens for a lot of people, you open your arms, you extend them out fully with your palms up, and you say, I'm ready for the next step. I'm trusting. I know that I'm okay. I'm loved. I'm supported. And everything works out for me. Everything will work out for me. It always has. It always will. And you trust that and you move forward. And I feel that you're being placed in a bubble. It's beautiful white light with golden white lights coming down, some blue light coming down from universal love and source. And you're going to be supported through this process. And I feel that you have 2 months that you're going to start stepping forward. The first thing is just to feel this energy, relax, do a meditation, take a nap, take a walk, and just kind of, be in it and just feel it and know that you're supported and know that you can trust. And then as you're feeling that and embodying it, things are going to start happening. You're going to start knowing. I ask you to take a piece of paper, take a notebook and a pen, and just start writing down in your perfect world and say, Archangel Michael, Kuan Yin, if you know your guides' names. One feels like she's off to the left, a beautiful woman, and I hear the name like Sheba, and ask them to help you. But I feel that you're going to be writing, and you're going to write down, in my perfect world, what do I want, or something better, give me something better. And you're going to start writing this down. And the first two things are going to come to you pretty quickly because they feel like they're tied, like one piggybacks on the next. And I think that you might be surprised. It feels like there's an element of surprise here. Mm-hmm. And it's more achievable than you think because it's actually in front of you like a plate on like a platter in front of you. And so when you make the first decision, then the rest will start trickling down and like kind of coming into alignment with it. So right now it's about like decompressing and trusting, relaxing, trusting the process. There is a perfect timing. I do feel like your timing is here, but it doesn't have to happen today. It might be this weekend or Monday, but it is right around you. If you'd like to call me for a free 15 or 20 minute consultation, I can go back into this and be more specific.
What would you like? What do you think?
Well, that when you mentioned Kuan Yin pulling forward, I just went into a lean forward situation. I just felt it.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to talk more.
You're very guided. You have so much help around you, and you are going through a big change, and it can be scary. And I'm happy to help you. Like I said, call me for a complimentary consultation. We can, tune in for 15, 20 minutes and look at the future and possibilities. And they might change, but there's several swirling around you.
Good. Okay. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you.
And I can give you my phone number if you'd like to.
Yeah, I'd give everybody your phone number.
Okay.
That would be great.
Okay. It's 425-280-5132.
One more time, Darcy.
425-280-5132.
Awesome. Now, let's see. Mr. Benny, should we keep going here?
Yeah, we can do that. We'll skip our last break. We'll take Diane calling in from Seattle. Diane, welcome to the show.
Hi, Diane.
Hi there. Thank you for taking my call, Dr. Pat. And
you're welcome.
It's nice to hear from you on the radio again. You did a reading for Harvey and I, my cat. And we need a little help right now. He's not feeling too well, I don't think. I'm not quite sure. But he's doing sneezing and runny eyes, and then his fur is funny. His fur is falling out a lot, too, more than normal, I think. And then I want to know what he thinks about the new vet and if there's anything he wants to tell me.
The new vet?
Yes, we have a new vet. I didn't like the ones we had. They didn't care.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, first of all, he likes this vet. He really does. It feels less invasive and more respectful.
Yeah.
He just feels the approach and the energy of this vet is much more in alignment. Yeah. So he really likes that. As far as his health, he feels run down. He feels like he needs an energy boost. He feels he needs like some energy healing and maybe even some, he's showing me his energy bodies. Just give me a second. It feels like he's carrying something in the core of his being, and I see it like in his whole like digestive area, his whole
he's got
belly.
A digestive issue. Sometimes he throws up his food, but I'm wondering if he's not getting that from me.
Yeah, because he's showing me the energy bodies. He's showing all of them, and there's, physically he's feeling like this. Energetically, he's feeling not your things, but also the energy around him. And he's trying to pull it all in and push it through him and get rid of it and transmute it. He's trying to be that healer to do this, but he's not really. He's overwhelmed. It's too much for him. So we need to tell him to let this go. Thank you for your help. We appreciate what you're trying to do, but this isn't really yours to carry. What we'd like you to do is to take care of yourself first, because as a healer, if you don't care for yourself, you're not going to be able to help Diane or anyone else. So that's what, if you can reiterate that to him and tell him that you're okay, and also maybe look at the areas where you have some of these same situations, or you have some stress and some, lots of decisions swirling around yourself too. If you can do some work on that, on releasing it, and telling him, I'm doing my part, and your part is to help me is to first take care of yourself first and foremost, and then we can start working together again. You can do this in partnership. And I'm happy to offer you a 15 or 20-minute Reiki session for both of you.
Oh, thank you very, very much, Darcy. It's a pleasure talking to you both. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome.
So call me and we'll get you both back into balance.
Okay.
Oh, that's very cool. All right. Darcy, give out that phone number again, and then we'll keep going here.
Okay, it's 425-280-5132.
Awesome. Mr. Benny, it's all you again.
Yeah, we'll take Linda calling in from Seattle.
Hi, Linda.
Hi. I'd like to
How are you?
Darcy. I'm
Yep.
doing okay. Yep. I have a cat named Cleopatra, and I think I talked to Darcy about her a long time ago. She is she's getting a little bit older, and I've been giving her some pain medicine, and I'm just wondering if that's working. I need to change her food, and things like that. So.
Okay. Hi, Linda. I think I remember talking to you. I remember the name. I remember. I feel your energy. I remember that. She does not like the pain meds. She said that right away.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like yuck, like she wants to push him out. And I feel that they're helping her with her pain, but they're also making her feel out of balance, feeling odd. It's almost like the left side of my head feels like I feel kind of off kilter.
Right. Okay. I know that pain medicine, so I know that feeling. Yes.
Yeah. So she doesn't like that feeling. She's saying that she feels like there's other ways to address the pain.
Okay.
Linda, do you do energy work?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Okay. So on my website, I'm going to post a very simple technique of how to work with her with energy and do this, and I can do it also, but it's it can take as little as like 3 to 15 minutes a day, and it's called Gentle Touch. And there's another one, it's a 2-point method, and it's very similar to my Matrix Energetics training, where you find, you might touch her stomach, very gently put your one hand on her stomach, and then another hand somewhere else on her body. And you just hold them, and with your intention, you send love and healing, and you ask them to connect. And when you feel that pulsing in your hands or a vibration or a connection, then you can move them to another place and just do this a few times. And it'll bring her back into balance and help her to just be more in sync. Her energy will flow more smoothly and best in her body. Right now, it feels like a kink. Like you look at her energy, she starts from head to toe, and she gets, just about a third of the way into her body, and she starts feeling like she's got kinks or blocks, and they're not really kinks or blocks. What they are is like energy. What is she calling them? Like she's unplugged. She's showing me outages, and they're outages, and then a jump, and then she's connected, then she's unplugged again. And so we just want to bring that together and have a nice, smooth energy flowing through her.
Okay. And I'm going to change her food, too. The food that doesn't I don't think you even like that.
I think you're getting a little echo from you. So I think Benny's going to probably mute your mic so that Darcy can give you the answer about the food.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. What's happened is she's going through an energy shift, and her vibration is changing, so that food doesn't vibrate with her. It's like she has moved to health food, and she's eating junk food. I mean, I know that that's not the case. I know you take good care of her, but it just doesn't resonate with her body. So changing the food to a higher vibrating food, one that has more protein and less not additives, but like a limited ingredient would be really good. And again, if you'd like to call me, I'll give you a complimentary, 15, 20-minute reading, and we'll look at it more closely. But I think that if you go to a health food store or a dog, cat, pet store with good food, limited ingredients would be good. And I've got some other suggestions there.
and then do this energy work.
I wanted to give her some CBD oil. Would that help?
Yes, it would. Yes. I think from what I've heard from people that I worked with and what I see when I see it in their body, it calms and soothes whatever needs to happen. So in a way, it's not unlike Reiki or other energy work. And the reports have been remarkable, from aggression to just any kind of balancing, whether that's in any energy body.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
You've got the number if you'd like to call, Linda. So thank you for calling today.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, we only have a few minutes left here. Do we want to try? I don't know. Benny, do we have someone else waiting?
We do. We have Nels calling in from Seattle. So, Nels, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Nels.
Hi. So I have a question about my last Malmute, Ia. So Dr. Pat and I have talked before last May about photography and going on photojournals. And I've been finding out that folks have been watching Ia. She's starting to bite them. They don't want to watch her anymore. And when I'll tell you what, she's got the biggest heart. When she sees people at Green Lake, she'll give them kisses and hugs. She loves everyone. But if I'm not in the picture, she's not happy.
Oh, boy. Smart.
Yep.
Darcy, go ahead. Darcy may need to talk to you longer about this, but Darcy, what do you say, Sid?
What is her name?
Her name is Ia, and it means to smile, and IHA, and it means to smile and to make smile.
I'm having a little trouble hearing. So Ia, and you walk her at Green Lake.
Yep.
And what is her breed?
She's an Alaskan Malamute.
Oh, okay. I was hearing every other word, so I wasn't sure. Okay, and you said that she's biting right now. She's not happy?
Well, she's biting people when I go on trips on my photo trips, whatever, and they're watching her for a week or a handful of days.
Oh, okay. I knew I missed something there. Okay,
yeah, she wants to go.
Yes.
Stay home.
Yeah, I was going to, Dr. Pat, that's it. No, she, do you tell her why she can't, Nels, do you tell her why she can't go with you? Do you explain? You show her, like, if you speak to her in words and you show images in your mind and you tell her that, I would love to have you come with me. I'm going to be doing this and I'm going here. I'll be here, and you'd be unhappy. And if you really talk to her and show her those images, and then when you're on the trip, you send her a message. Send her a postcard.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that, because I'll tell you what, Art Wolf has seen my work and he wants me to do a book based on my photography. So, and to get out there and take more photos. So this is really essential. And what I'll do is I'll just show her photos too. She likes to watch TV and look at the computer, so I'll do it that way too.
Awesome.
Yeah, and if you'd like to call me, for a consultation for, complimentary for 15 minutes or so, go ahead. But I think if you let her know that tomorrow I'm doing this, I'll be home in 3 days, and just give her a blow-by-blow of what you're doing each day. It'll really help her a lot, because she's very, very connected to you.
I love it. Let's give out your phone number, if you could. Okay. Nels, thank you so much. I hope you follow up with Darcy, because this sounds like something that the little heart aches. So, Darcy, what's the phone number?
We could definitely go deeper.
Yeah.
It's 425-280-5132.
One more time.
425-280-5132.
Darcy, thank you so much. And folks can go to your website. Last question. What's your personal message? What do you want to leave us with?
Oh, my personal message is be who you came here to be. When you take care of yourself and do your work, it impacts all the animals and all the other people in your life. And it's the best gift that you can give your animals.
I love it. Darcy Pariso, everybody. The website's darcypariso.com. I'm Dr. Pat. You can certainly go to Transformation Talk Radio for me. Darcy, thank you, as always. Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, all the listeners. And Benny, Dr. Pat, thank you so much. I love being on the show.
Thank you for listening to Animal Soul Wisdom Radio, tapping into the wisdom of our animals, angels, and masters with Darcy Pariso. Tune in monthly as Darcy shares stories and insights on how to better understand and deepen our relationships with animals. Working with light and ancient techniques, Darcy is here to guide you through the process and provide inspiration to move forward. For more information or to listen to this show, visit darcypariso.com.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.